right, fans, here we go. SparStar Promotions is proud to present the re-rounds of mixed martial arts in the strawweight division. This bout is sponsored in part by Iron Hooks. Die today, live tomorrow. Once again, our referee in charge of this bout, Chris the Crippler Lieben. And now, introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, she is wearing gray trunks. She is training out of Parusa, San Diego, California. She weighed in 115 pounds. Her record, 1 win with no losses. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Nancy the Goose Quidachay. Her opponent across the cage on my right, fighting out of the red corner. She is wearing black trunks. She is hailing out of San Pedro Fight Club, San Pedro, California. She weighed in 114 pounds. Tonight, she is making her debut. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Keira Ahsoon. All right, fans, here we go. The re-rounds of mixed martial arts in the strawweight division.
All right, a little bit of confusion for me. I saw Keira, and she also has I believe it's her sister, Keillani, who has fought for us before and is fighting for us later tonight. And I was like, there's no way that this is her debut. This is the other.
You just get that sense, where have I seen her before?
Yes.
Oh, wait, I know for sure.
Keillani, a very good fighter, so
Absolutely.
it'd be interesting to see if Keira follows in those footsteps here, closing the distance. And with the double unders, trying to take Nancy down.
A little bit of positional battle on the knees here to begin. Nice pop-up here by Nancy. And I mean, this crowd is just, it's waiting. Like, if Keira ends up getting a win here, this place is going to explode. But she's got to do some work right now because Nancy has been beating her on the positional so far in the first minute of this fight.
I don't know how Ahsoon was able to stay standing after that, because that was a really good takedown attempt from Nancy. Yes. That second attempt on the takedown with that outside trip, I really am surprised that Keira was able to stay up, but well done. Although Nancy now has her pressed firmly up against the cage.
And just something to note here, just look at the head positioning by Nancy throughout this. I think that's what's helping to stabilize that pressure and make sure that she is going to be able to pin her so consistently that it's really hard for Keira to get anything off that cage.
Yeah, she's got double unders, Nancy does, on Keira. Now gave up one of the underhooks. Probably for the better, because she wasn't really using it in that moment, at least, to take Keira down. But she was taking some punches to the face because she had double unders.
And I mean, the nice part was she did let it go so that she could try and pepper in a few shots there, because I think she realized, she was like, well, Keira is coming in with some rabbit punches in that particular area, so you don't really want to get behind there. Just in the, see. Woo, okay.
No harm, no foul, though.
Hey, listen, if there was ever a right time to try and pull that off, it was there, because you wouldn't really have to work from that position too long. It just kind of maybe gives you some intel. Yeah, that's not probably going to work with her. So it's a good trial and error.
Yeah, going for broke on that takedown with very little time left to go, not such a bad idea, because you end up on bottom like that, it gets stopped anyway. Not a huge risk.
No.
But you end up on top. Looks good on the judges.
I mean, sure. It's just for the rest of the time, Nancy was doing such a good job at making sure she was winning all those small little battles. So now we're going to find out, okay, if you're Keira's corner, like, what advice are you giving her to probably prepare her best for being put up against that cage? Because you figure that entire round was control, not damage per se. But if you're Nancy and you go do that again, it's hard to be able to make those corrections in that short of a time. Like, Your coach isn't always necessarily going to have the thing that resonates with you in 60 seconds that says, by the way, remember everything we did about that? Now put that into your memory. Good luck. Goodbye.
Yeah, we'll see. It's we got Nancy here starting out. Both fighters are southpaw right now.
Nice pop.
Yep. Keira switches to orthodox, back to southpaw.
And just on the first couple hits, you see Nancy was trying to go back to the pummel, but now there's some better pummeling. We're seeing a little bit more resistance here by Keira, who now pushes her up against the cage. Now it's a reversal of what we saw that first round, which, hey, listen, if they did give her some tips on how to go ahead and reverse that or to utilize it and find her pressure first, well done.
Now with an over-under, Nancy did have double overs for a short while, but which is something that you don't see a ton.
And I think you may see Lieben looking very carefully for those fingertips through that cage. They release with a kick. Nancy finding a couple shots there very nicely. Goes back in on over, right back to the game plan. Looking probably to push her back up against the cage, but this time angling out there by Keira. Very nicely done to go and stay on the feet. Nice, Keira finding her shots, pushing her back up against the cage. Now, this is a better mix-up than she had in the first round. Like, the ability to kind of pepper in the shots and then push up against the cage. I won't be surprised if she pushes away and then kind of re-engages back on the striking, but on her terms.
Here with double unders again.
You know what's so wild? That, like, the underhooks that she has, they are so strong and effective that you can almost get that trip out. Just, I think she's trying to get that arm a little bit higher.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, even though they're double unders, it's nearly like double overs for Nancy because of the elbows being so low.
Yeah.
Still trying for that inside trip and gets it.
Get it. What a good fake out, by the way. You were leaning so far one way to reverse it. Beautifully done there by Keira.
Is that the end of the round?
That is the end of the round. They had done the clacker just a few seconds ago, but right when things were starting to get really, really interesting.
I know. It's need more time on these rounds.
You know, they earn more time as they go, you know, as you keep going up. Because I always tell people, I'm like, I think 2 minutes is the right sweet spot to start off amateurs. Because you put them in with those 5 minutes, they look at you like, who does this? Why would anybody ever fight for 5 minutes? And then you go, hey, that's your reward if you go pro. You know that, right?
It's interesting, though, because both fighters look pretty well conditioned.
Yeah.
Like, they don't seem to be that exhausted at the end of these 2 minute rounds. Although Nancy taking some real deep breaths here. But I mean, this is just getting her heart rate under control. She doesn't look exhausted.
No.
I mean, I know they have to do the 2 minute rounds, but I think both of these girls could do longer and just be just fine. This one, we could be looking at 1-1 going into this one.
I think that's about where I have it right now.
Curious to see who's able to eke this one out.
All right, third and final round. Yeah, they're increasing the output right now.
And Nancy moving to the back on a body lock. Maybe going to think about dragging her down.
Nice. Yep.
Steps that left leg around behind.
Yeah, excellent control and awareness on all of this. You're seeing her kind of like skate back. And every time she's doing it, she's trying to drag her down with just that grip that she has. And it's proven very well, but even when she's grappling there, like she's close on a couple of these. I'm making sure she's forcing her down, and there could be a pull all the way there, John.
Yeah, might want to switch to, she's got she's got that thigh pry with the left arm going into the far leg. And some punches, that'll clear the grips. I'm sure she probably wants a claw grip or an underhook side. And
you know what?
Falls back into the center, but she's doing this to keep Keira down. Keira turns her back, and this is going to allow Nancy a look at an attack here.
Yeah, you could see as Keira was just kind of like sitting into it. It's possible. It's just the way she collapsed. It was now starting to give Nancy an opening that she's very much trying to expose, but can't get the back. Now back up to the cage. Keira really, I think she's going to have to make a big statement here in the last 30 seconds, John, because
I'd love to see her go for a Polish here. Put that knee right behind the near knee of Keira, and then take her to her back, but Keira stepping out of that one. Now hip to hip. Hands are unlocked. Nope, back to locked. Looking to throw knees right up the center.
Oh, I think right there.
Did
Keira's,
she take one? Oh, is a low blow.
Yeah, I think Keira was kind of wincing there.
Yeah, she just stopped working all of a sudden. Yeah, I think she just got hit in the groin. And that's going to be the fight.
I mean, solid fight. Yeah, you can see her kind of feeling the effect of that right then and there. Close. I think there's just a little bit of an edge towards Nancy. I think she was a little more effective in that third round.
If I had to, I wouldn't want to be a judge for this one.
Yeah, of course, of course.
Man, yeah, it could go either way. I personally, I think you're right on this one, but
I think she capitalized on like maybe one or two small moments better.
Yeah, it's a close one though.
Yeah, absolutely. But you know, I mean, the nice part is when you start to look at where they are again in their competitive careers, and you look at it and you think to yourself, oh my goodness, like if that's what they're exuding right now, what happens as they build even more and more acumen? Like they're both of them exhibited a certain kind of knowledge that you wouldn't quite assume if you're looking at their records.
Yeah, I know. It's a 1 and
Nancy being a 1-0
and then a
Keira
debut.
being a debut. You're looking at that and you're like, you know, very smart reads on both of them. Like Keira was not ever going to be in like danger where she was going to be put out or dominated completely on the legs, but we'll see how this decision comes out. We're going to go back on over to Jim for our official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the scorecards. We have our decision. All 3 judges' cage side scored the bout 29-28 in favor of our winner by unanimous decision. She is still undefeated. The blue corner, Nancy the Goose Quidachay.
That's right, fight fans. Nancy, how you feeling?
I feel good. No, she's super tough. So I'm really just thankful for getting to come in here.
So who do you train with?
Huh? Who do you train with? Who I train with? I train at Hanu BJJ for Jiu-Jitsu. And then I train with John XLV's Team Perusa. For MMA and striking and all that stuff.
So far undefeated. You want to give it a shout out to your friends out here?
Thank you guys for coming. Holy shit. Thank you guys.
All right, fight fans, make some noise for Nancy Quidachay.